Hey YouTube, it's Mr. North 14, and today we're going to take a look at the GE Smart Indoor Smokers actual app. And it's called the Smart HQ, and it's from GE. And it's a really simple app. Now, it hadn't been working when I first got the unit. Now it's stable. I can use it in 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz mode on my phone, and it stays stable and it doesn't cut on or cut off and just give me havoc anymore, because it was really a feature that you needed to have working. For the simple fact is, you couldn't leave the unit. It's in your home, but you didn't know if it was okay. You couldn't look at the app and see if it was any warnings or anything like that. You couldn't turn it off. You couldn't turn it on from the app. So basically, it was really frustrating. But now they got it up and working. So I thought I'd do a quick little look at for you so you could actually see it. So as you can see, I hit the Smart HQ button on my phone. I see here that this is the opening screen, got some advertisements, and then you have the actual smoker or connected appliance that I do have from GE. I only own this one smart appliance here, and it is the smoker. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on that smoker. And I know I just told you that the app was working and everything was good. And as you can see, it is still giving me havoc and still causing issues and problems, because this is what it does. Okay. At first it was working all day. Now it is not working. And as you can see, it's giving me an offline. This is something that GE has to fix with this app. Like all day, it was giving me good signs, telling me everything was fine. And now it started this again. Now it's 11:17 on a Wednesday a.m. in the morning, and this is on a Wednesday, and I'm having issues with the app. So we're going to shut it off, and we're going to try to cut it on again and see if we can finally get this thing to work. And it still shows that it is offline, even though the unit is plugged up and it is upstairs in my kitchen. I can't get into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this review when I can get this up and working. So let's just have a quick look before I go at what's going on. So I'm gonna get up out of there, and we're going to check my internet settings just to make sure that everything is okay here. Okay, it's hooked up to the 2.4 gigahertz internet, not the 5, so usually it should work good that it's on that setting. Let's change it to the 5 gigahertz and see if the device now is working. So let's close that out. And we're going to give the app a tap here, and we're going to see if it cuts back on. And nope, it still say offline, but we still need to hit it here just to give it a chance. So it just, again, like I said, it was working. I was going to do a quick update on it because it had been working all day for the first time. And now that I'm doing the actual interview, it has shut down, and this is the issue with this app. And GE needs to fix this. They need to work on this, because this is a major concern. It's a smart appliance that's supposed to have internet access, and the internet access goes in and out. And if you're using this and it's inside your home, and you're using a smoker inside your home, this is very scary, because you don't know what's going on with this unit. Now, I do give it to them. It's a very smart unit. It has warning signs and everything that it does and tells you. But if you're out of the house and you leave this thing on and you can't monitor it, that's really bad. So we're going to hopefully see if we can get this thing back working. And if we can, I'll walk you through some more items in the app and let you know how I'm doing with the unit. For now, I'm just going to take a break and see if a little bit later it cuts back on. Okay, YouTube, I'm back. And now the smoker is working. It took about 10 to 20 minutes for it to come back on. So we're going to actually go into the smoker here. And as you can see, this is the first setup. You can power it on. You can also go into your smoker, or you can turn the cavity light of the smoker on by pushing that button there. So we're going to go into the smoker. We're going to check it out. As you can see, it's a pretty simple app. You got a keep warm function here where you just keep your food in there. It'll keep it warm. It'll be on about 140, 150, and it'll just keep whatever you got in there warm, or you can just set it up so that you can keep something warm that you want. We got a custom setting here, and what that basically is let's say you wanted to put a turkey roast in. You had a probe, you can hit probe. You can set your temp. It's already preset because it's a custom in here. So it says smoker temp 200, or you can just hit the smoker temp. Okay, why is it taking? Okay, there you go. You can hit the smoker temp and go up and down here, and you can get different temperatures you want. Close that up. Probe target, go here. You can set that to any temperature you want. Let's try 185. Put it back. And cook time is not selected. Don't think you can do anything here. Your smoke level. How smoky do you want it to be? Okay, let's go on. We're going to try smoke level 3. Okay, and we're going to close that up. Okay, and then auto warm. Do we want the auto warm on or off? We can hit that, turn it on if we wanted to keep that turkey roast warm when it was done cooking, or we can turn it off. And then what you do is you simply hit send to smoker. Once you send that to smoker, it'll start everything up for you. It'll put all these readings on there. But remember, you also have to, when you actually send it, you have to check the pellets and you have to check the waste bin to make sure it's full of water and that it's clean. You want to make sure you have pellets just for the simple fact that if you can see the pin of the auger, then you're going to need to put more pellets in there, and you're also going to need to prime it again. So you want to make sure that there's no water in the waste bin, because those pellets are going to drop out the auger into the water if you got water, and if it won't, it'll just drop into a clean dish, and then you can reuse those pellets. You don't want to lose them. I lost them, and it was hard. It hurt because I had lost a lot of pellets that had went through the auger. So you always want to check the pellets. You always want to check to make sure you got water in the waste bin, and I'll show you everything once in about 2 weeks when I actually cook more items and things like that, and I can actually research everything with it, and then actually be more prepared to tell you how this smart indoor smoker works. Okay, so like I said, we're going to scroll up. That's pretty much, like I said, all there is. You have a keep warm setting. You have a brisket pre-setting that they put in there. Okay, so as you can see, the pre-setting for it, everything is set. It's going to use the probe. It's going to smoke to at 225. You got a probe target of 195 degrees. I usually go to about 200. So like I said, you can easily change that. And let's say 195. You can go to your smoke level. It goes to a full preset smoke level of 5. And it also has a pre-auto keep warm set to keep that warm for you when you're cooking that brisket. Now, I don't really like the auto keep warm when I'm cooking something, so I really just turn that feature off until I actually need it. I can easily turn it back on. Okay, so we got pork ribs in there, pre-settings. You got a smoker temp. You can either use your probe temp to get the temperature, or you can use time base. Okay, and it says cook time about 6 hours. That's just a guess there. You can increase it just in case you want it to, but it should take about probably 6 hours for you. So you want to see, so now you can see all the features it actually has. Okay, so we're going to go down and we're going to go to pork butt. It actually does. And as you can see, it even gives a tip thing here. It says time should be approximately 1/4 hour per 1 pound of pork. And then you could just go up and down and see all these different tips that they give you for your smoking, okay? And it's like we recommend using the probe for accurate temperature to 200, okay? Even though they have, they do have 200 as a probe time for pork ribs, okay? So, and then it tells you what type of wood pellets are best to use. You can use oak, hickory, and fruit wood pellets. So this is a great feature right here, having those tips in there. Something you can learn about, even though you might know all of this might give you some new advice or something to add or try. It might make your food a little bit better. Now, a pork butt is a huge piece of meat. You're going to have to cut it to get it into this thing. And like I said, I'm going to do a pork shoulder and everything like that. And I'm going to show you, how big or small I had to cut it actually to fit in there and how long it took and everything. So now we're going to go to wings. You guys saw the video on the wings. The wings give some great tips too. It tells you to move the rack while they're in there. I didn't move my rack and it cooked all the chicken perfectly. So that was a good thing that I've noticed, that I didn't have to worry about, moving the rack and opening it up and all that smoke coming out. Now it has a clear smoke where you can clear the smoke out of the unit, but that takes approximately 10 minutes to do. And you don't want to be waiting 10 minutes to open a door, close the door, then hit resume again. It starts back up cooking. So that's kind of a downside to it. It ain't like a regular pellet smoker where you can pop that up, all that smoke goes up in the air and it's outside and you're okay. You're not in your house and it's not sticking to your furniture. But the unit is actually working. It's sucking up all that smoke when it's actually working. I don't see any smoke in my home, but it's a real light smoke. It's kind of hard to see. So you don't really know if some smoke is leaking out of the unit, So like I said, I always have my vent on when I'm using this unit. Okay, then you got a chicken setting and a salmon setting. And I've cooked salmon in it. It cooked it perfectly. It was delicious. It was tender. It was moist. It's probably the most tender and moist salmon I have ever cooked for myself or eaten anywhere. So I have to give it a A++ when it cooks salmon on this unit. So as you can see, the app is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's not really hard to use. And another place I want to take you is into the settings. Now this right here, the settings, you're going to see you got notifications. What are my notifications? And it might take a little while. Okay, here we go. Smoke clear alert. That's when I cleared the smoke. When enabled, you will receive a notification when the smoke has cleared from the smoker. This will only notify you if you've pressed the smoke on or off button. So it's just showing me notifications that this has sent out to me. Smoker start alert, smoker door alert, so it's just sending out alerts to you, letting you know if there is smoke coming out the door. That means you either left it open or something's wrong with it, like that. Okay, another thing we got is notification history. And it's just going to show you the notification history on what day, at what time this happened. Okay, so right there on August 25th at 10:44 a.m., it told me the door was open to the smoker. Okay, the next is signal strength. And that's just going to show you how strong your signal is getting to the unit. Then you got product settings. You go into product settings, and it's just going to show you temperature is in Fahrenheit. I got my early alert settings set up in here for 5 minutes, 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes before done, degrees before done. It sends out a message to me 5 minutes in advance saying, hey, in 5 minutes, your food's about to be done. Okay, I got the auto warm where you can go in, turn it on or off, and keep trying to hit that button there. You can see I got it set. The auto warm is set for 24 hours at 150 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you can change that to the lowest temperature to go is 140. Okay? And the highest temperature to go is 170, just so you know. So we're going to back up out of here. And control lock, that's where you can lock the screen. So like if a kid or anybody touches it, it won't do anything to the screen lock. It'll just lock the screen up. You can affect the display brightness. You can make it low, medium, or high. And then you also have a tone volume. So when food is done or a warning or something, you can just say, hey, I want a high warning, a medium warning, or a low warning, or I want to turn that warning off. Okay, so the next is product settings. Here, we just went through that, sorry, is product information. Now, this is going to allow you to name your product, so it's named Smoker, but I can hit the edit key over here and I can change that. And it's going to give you your product number, your serial number, and everything like that. But a feature that's in it is also it's going to have a system update button. Now, when you turn the unit on, it's going to tell you if you need an update or not. But that's just a way where you can check ahead of time and see if it's any new updates or if something you missed. You just hit that system update software to check to see if you got a system update, and then it'll download it. And that will basically, say if GE had some more presets they wanted to add to the unit or just some updates to keep everything working nicely. Okay, so that's just a quick overview of the app for the GE Smart Indoor Smoker. This is pretty much an app for pretty much all of GE products. This is all brand new, so GE is coming out with a lot of smart devices. They just added, a unit to their help center for this with a number for you to call the software department that only works with if you have any software issues. Now, I've called them several times because I've had issues with connecting this device to the internet. And you also saw that as soon as I started it up, I had issues with it staying connected to the internet. Now it's a little more stable, but I hate the fact that it shuts off. So I don't know if it's an issue on my end or it's an issue on their end. So I'm hoping they're paying attention to this. They saw the issue that I had and they're really working on that to make sure that they're not having this issue. If you own this product and you're having the same issues as me, please leave a note and let us know that you are also having that issue. So I'm not going to blame it on GE, but say it's their issue with their app. It might be on my end. All my other apps and stuff work. I haven't had any issues with them logging on or logging off. So I don't know if it's them or maybe it's me. So for now, I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say it could be me, but I've been having this issue. And like I said, this is probably their first major smart app that they developed, and they have to work all their devices onto this. Another thing I would like to see them do is just some updates for us so that we can go into customs and make our own presets, because I might cook something and I don't want to go to custom and set the time or something like that. I want to be able for custom to have a custom plus button where you can press that plus and you can add turkey, you can add bacon, you can add, something you want to put in there. Or if you want to smoke something like some cherries or something like that, you just have that button already preset so that you don't have to change the numbers every time. So I'm hoping that they come up where we can actually add our presets into the app at some point. That would be very, very nice for them to put in there. But that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this quick review. This is Mr. North 14. Peace out.